like that until I got on Atkins.
The what?
Atkins is a diet. It doesn't matter. What's up?
Let's
That
get it
Ozempic?
going.
Ozempies.
Ozempic. Well, welcome to episode, what is it?
7.
7 of
Let's go.
Behind the Skits with special guest, the one and only Josh Benson. Give it up.
Yeah.
Houston, you got to clap. There you
Super
go.
famous. I'm in this uncomfortable chair too. It's
Yeah,
all
he's the
hunched
biggest
over. I can't
creator
move
that
back.
we've had on the pod. How do you feel?
No way.
Yeah, you're the creator with the largest following so far.
Well, my followers are adamant that I fell off. So this is like the tail end of the career, I guess.
No, it's the revival. It's the revival.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the revival era. Don't worry.
Minor setback for major comeback for sure.
Yeah, I did see a comment earlier. Someone was like, he fell off. I get those comments too. Like, everyone gets them.
I think
You
it's
don't do that, you know?
It's just like, I think it's part of the whole thing when you make content and you were like at a certain point at one point, like, and you're not there anymore. Even if you're getting like hundreds of thousands of views, people are still going to critique.
I mean, there's waves, right? Like
Yeah.
you have like a new character that you make and it just like takes off. And then like after you make 3 or 4 videos, you're like, okay, I've got to revive this again.
Yeah.
Comes in
Yeah.
waves.
I mean, it's good if you have like a big like verse of a bunch of different characters that you can kind of like shuffle back and forth so it doesn't get like too outplayed, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. I know Elijah's got like a bunch going. Houston has a bunch going. I try to get some going. I know you have some going. So I'm sure everyone kind of battles with those. Like, we've talked about this a ton before with like that mental battle with the views.
Elijah, when you break out your character with the flat bill, you look like a legitimate, like lower level drug dealer. 100%.
He does. He
That was
does.
the vibe. That was the vibe. And what's sad about that hat is when I bought that hat, I thought it was like the coolest hat ever, and I wore it. Like I used to rock that hat. But
I'm just like you in that way about my tattoo, on how I thought it was like the coolest shit ever when I got it, and now it's just a fucking joke. It's
Yeah.
spelled wrong. It doesn't matter.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, brother.
Yeah. I mean, guys like Houston and Elijah they don't have the biggest brain. So they tend to make some ill advised decisions, you know?
I thought it was the shit, dude.
I mean, I have a big head. I would say I got a big brain. It just might not be efficient at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got,
Say
like,
you only use like 10% of your brain. So if we can tap into that remaining 90%,
yeah, we got to get you going to those things where they put all the readers on the brain and like,
like Neuralink. We'll get you a Neuralink.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't go bankrupt.
Well,
You need a tattoo on your head, like a giant.
we can put it on your girl's card, dude.
Yeah. So like, there's this
all
rock
good.
star that I like. He's in this band called Attila, and he went bald and like he got like all tattooed up on his head, and I was like, what's stopping me?
Nothing.
do it. You should do it. Seriously.
Mm.
You got to be able to fight though if you do that.
Yeah. You have to be able to back it up.
I did
Yeah.
do like 3 months of jujitsu when I was 18.
Okay, bud. Let's move on.
Yeah, come on now. We don't need to hear about.
Okay, yeah, dude. And I was on an ROTC for 2 years. I'm a decorated veteran. Come on, man. Let's just
Salute.
thank me for my service. I thought that
ROTC.
shit was so cool too.
Remember Operation Desert Storm?
Oh,
yeah, I was
brother.
in college when that happened. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I remember when I was in college and I'd be like going to practice, the ROTC kids were up at like 6 in the morning, like fucking marching down campus. I never understood that.
Oh yeah, I was in it, man, and we had those guys that like really took it seriously. This one dude who wore cowboy boots, so he sounded like he was walking in high heels every morning, marching up to put the flag on the pole or whatever. It was a low life in my life for sure. It was really sad.
Yeah. I mean, they're passionate about it, so credit to them. It's just like,
Yeah, they
I
never
don't
went in
know.
the military either. So
You were the kid that got made fun of a lot.
who?
ROTC kids. I mean,
Yeah.
where I was, they were
Well,
picked
no.
on. They were bullied all
they're
the time.
they're picked on the internet too. I see all these skits like making fun of ROTC kids.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any problems, but I mean, I only did it for 2 years, and I got out. Too much PTSD. You know how it is, brothers.
Yeah.
I do, brother. Thanks for your service.
Hey, thank you. Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah. Let's get a thanks for the service in the chat for
Hey,
Houston.
that's what we do it for y'all.
For our freedoms.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
rights.
Hell yeah.
Plus,
Well, I guess let's take a second and Josh, like, introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us what got you started into content.
That's a great question. What's up, everybody? I don't know if I guess our audiences overlap a ton, but I'm Josh Benson, the rapper. Make sure you put 2 P's in there when you spell that out. It could get problematic if you don't. I started content, dude, like right after COVID hit. I feel like that's when everybody did. I was living with like 5 guys out in East Texas, in the most disgusting house you could possibly imagine. That's actually where COVID probably started. Um, and we were bored, didn't have anything to do. Picked up the phone, started making videos, got bullied relentlessly by my roommates because TikTok was still like a high school girls dancing app at that time. So I was trying to like, what if I try to be funny? And next thing you know, the church comedy kind of stuck. And, here we are like 4 years later, which is crazy to say, 5 years later. But it just kept rolling. We were able to come up with some new stuff, new skits, and people vibed with it for some reason. So
So
here we
you're a
are.
veteran, a vet of the game.
I'm the ROTC of TikTok, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
And
Thank you for your
are you
service.
full time at this?
No, I do
Okay.
full time. I'm a financial advisor.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Dude, I've got a wife and another kid on the way, so we gotta pay the bills, man. Got to get health insurance out here.
Man, I swear I'm the only one always in this podcast that doesn't have a kid.
Get somebody
Easy,
pregnant. It's
dude.
fun.
No.
Super easy.
No, my girlfriend's upstairs. I think we're good on that. For now.
And if she gets pregnant, you can push her down the stairs. I'm kidding. It's a joke, guys.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we can talk about that in private, but yeah.
Yeah, private, of course.
Cool
Just
though.
kid, guys.
So you are the ROTC TikTok. You've been around.
Been around, yeah, for a
So
while.
when I have a question for you. So when did you start making money on TikTok? Because when was the Creator Fund introduced?
Dude. I feel like the OG Creator Fund was probably like June of that year, June of 2020.
Oh, so it's been around.
But it was like pennies on the dollar. Like you could
Oh.
get a 1 million view video and you might get $50 for it.
Ooh,
That's terrible.
But then they made like the 1 minute plus type creativity program. That's whenever like started making a bit more money. But even then, it's like you see the views roll in and you're like, they're not paying me what I'm worth. Sorry
Well,
to
yeah.
TikTok agents watching this right now, but it's just how I feel, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like they make so much money off us on the views than they're actually
Oh,
paying.
yeah.
Because like, I've always wondered like, where's that money coming from? Like, what are they doing with our videos that's actually like creating that compensation?
Stacking them up with ads, dude.
Yeah.
And now the TikTok shop and all that,
Oh,
they're making so much bank.
I know, dude. It's painful to even like try to watch TikTok from a user experience. It's like ad, live video, paid partnership, ad, video I like, and then repeat.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
And now for me, I've interacted with it enough. It's all like Jesus or Christian videos of like a Jesus plushie for sure made in China in some sweatshop somewhere. The video, they're driving me insane. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm losing brain cells when I watch. And it's like not even Christians. Like, have y'all seen the ones of like whenever I'm tempted, and it's like a Jesus Bible verse jar or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll show that they're being tempted, like they're getting out like lotion and tissues, like they're about to spank it or something. I'm like, what kind of ad is this?
Anything for the money.
have y'all seen like I haven't seen it in a couple weeks, but like a month or two ago, they kept showing like AI videos of Jesus like beating up sick people in the hospital.
What?
Y'all, it says it's like hit all the all the save, the like, the share, and all that, saying hit all this to save this granny from getting beat up, and like y'all didn't see that at all.
Your algo is crazy.
No, I have
Oh,
not.
dude,
Like,
I see some really stuff like crazy. Shit.
I know his For You
It was
page
really
is
funny,
like
though.
of doom and despair, bro. You probably have the
beautiful.
craziest videos.
That's how I make my content. That's my inspiration, dude.
The only Jesus thing I see is like those bracelets. Y'all know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? They're all over my
Second
like,
bracelets,
yeah, I am second. And I've never understood those. But
Like the branding behind I am second.
no, I understand the branding behind I am second, but I've like, because then I also see these videos. They're like, these are fake, and then some of these are real. I'm like, some people are making knockoffs of it. I don't know. I'm caught in that lore because there's like an NFL player that endorses it.
Somebody found a sweatshop in China that's
Yeah.
like, we'll make it for 2 cents per unit, and now it's a drop ship.
Exactly,
right there.
exactly. That's the next Chad investment.
Gotta drop ship.
I've actually been thinking about creating a born again Christian character as Chad, but those like born again Christian characters who like pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about.
That's like been all my videos pretty much.
Like that's
the
what
guy
I'm
that's-
thinking of, and a bunch of people have requested that. So I'm like thinking of like, because I grew up religious. I went to Sunday school and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
and I've met these born again Christian everything. So I definitely got some material to work with.
Oh yeah, dude,
Maybe you
See,
could
the-
help me with a few ideas.
for sure. Using God to like manipulate the chick in church.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 exactly.
oh man, I've been praying.
The worst ones always seem to be like the ones that do like the teenagers and stuff, the young ministers or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
They're just trying to
your
like,
pastors.
yes, youth pastors. Those are always like what I ran into when I went to church. I mean, they didn't like make love to me or anything, but like they seem to always be like the half of them used to be like ex like drug dealers and stuff like that. They got tattoos all over their body, which is fine, but they seem to be the most cringe ones to me. But you know,
They always market them as like they're these cool hipster, like young guys.
Mhm.
They're relating to the teenagers. I had a youth pastor like that too.
Yeah, one of those came and like spoke at my school. He's like, "What's up, fellow youth?" Like that kind of like cringy dude. I'm like, dude.
He's got like a giant cross chain. Like where?
Yeah. Like they turn the chair around when they sit to like.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm cool.
I'm so
good.
cool, dude.
Because I went to a religious high school, so like they would have like random guests like that sometimes.
So I grew up, well, Mississippi or whatever. So I went to Pentecostal church, which I'm not gonna get into all that crazy stuff right now. But when I lived in Florida, we had a mega church that I would go to with my ex-girlfriend here and there, and they would do like concerts and they would change like the words. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that. And instead of Sweet Home Alabama, it'd go Sweet Home, Thank You Jesus, and they would have like concerts and stuff.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
I know they didn't went anywhere. I just wanted to say that.
That sounds like a fucking hoot and a half, dude.
It was pretty dope.
Hell yeah. All right. So, I know we kind of talked about like different talking points. Does anybody want to go first?
I'll leave the floor to anybody.
Wait, was this one of the things you texted, Elijah? Like favorite childhood memory or something?
Yeah. So that was one of my main focus points. Was I wanted to ask everybody. I'll let you go first, Josh. But like, what is one of your most unforgettable, exciting childhood memories in Houston? Just to be clear, your uncle visiting you late at night on the weekends doesn't count. So
We're in therapy now, so he promised he wouldn't do it while I'm asleep anymore. So
Got 2 olds.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, man.
so favorite childhood memory, all right? So this was probably when I was like 12, 11, 12, okay? I broke my arm on the playground at school, my throwing arm, and it devastated me, okay? Because I was, at the time we were living in Chicago, and we were going to my first Cubs game. And so I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to catch a fly ball, I'm gonna, all this stuff. So anyways, we go to the game. My arm had like just kind of healed a little bit, and they hit a home run, the opposing team did. I catch it, and everyone's like, throw it back, right? So I'm like, okay. So I get the ball with my arm, and I hadn't thrown since I broke it. And so I wind up to just like throw it back to the center fielder. But then I like slingshotted the ball probably about 95 miles an hour to the backstop of Wrigley Field. Okay. Doctor told me that my tendons healed up like so tightly that I could like throw 95. And so the Cubs actually picked me up for that season. But then I like lost the superpower because the tendons finally stretched back out. That was probably my favorite memory, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think they made a movie about you, right?
An inspiration, dude.
Did they?
I think they might have made a movie about that. I wasn't sure. Like you were in it, I thought.
Like Airbud type?
Something like that. Something like that.
I don't think
I haven't.
maybe, I mean, if they did, I'd love to watch it. They didn't let me know. I didn't get any royalties off.
Oh,
it,
you didn't
but-
get any royalties off it because the dude looked like you. So I like figured it was about you.
No, you would think they would have hit me up about that. No, that's crazy.
Mm.
I thought it was an original experience, but I guess people resonated with it. But yeah, that was probably one of the favorite things that I did growing up.
Hell
Went to
yeah.
the Cubs for a little bit. Now I can't play ball anymore though.
You think the glory days?
Yeah, I mean it was fun. Everybody peaks at some point. I just peaked when I was 12.
Everyone peaks.
That's true.
All right, Houston.
Oh, what childhood memory? I'd have to like really think about something.
Come on, you've had like 2 days to think about it.
I know I've been busy. Wait, you just gave me the question right now. What are you talking about?
No, we didn't.
Did he give it to me before?
You didn't get the memo, bro.
I definitely didn't. Hey, let me move. Hey, skip me.
Let's
Let
go
me
to
think
Elijah.
for a second. Let me think for a
Okay.
second.
I'm kind of like Houston, where I struggled to come up with one specific thing, but I'll say this: whenever I was in middle school, so probably like 11 or 12, I had gotten mono and strep throat at the same time, and I was out of school for like a month. Like it was the worst middle school year of my life. But when I came back to school, everybody was like, "What happened to you?" You know. And I told them, "Well, I had mono." Well, mono is like apparently the kissing disease.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
so everyone thought that I was out kissing people, and like at 11 years old, I had never kissed anybody. Like, I just thought I was like the coolest thing ever.
Loser.
All these people thought, that I was out kissing people.
Kissing your
That's
uncle.
silly, but, like, I don't know. That's the one thing I'll never forget. Like, this is that feeling. 11 years old, I'm at the top of the world.
You felt like the fucking man.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Yeah.
Now, you must have gotten some fucking sick poon after that, bro.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
we kiss and don't tell. So
All right, for sure. Houston, you got one, or you want me to go?
Keep on going, man. I'm still trying to think of one. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I could play so many. I mean, I just had a sick life growing up, you know. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think. Favorite childhood memory. I'll probably say, like, I remember I used to play, like, when I was like 8. I think it was like we played like competitive flag football. We had like a league, and we were like after NFL teams and all that shit. And I remember like, for some reason, like it was my first year playing, and I like never scored a touchdown. I like would always get to like the 1 yard, I get my flag pulled, and like some other kid would score, and it happened like so many games in a row. And then I remember like in my last game, I like finally broke off this like huge touchdown, and like the kids like in the team, my dad like carried me off the field, and everyone was like cheering. That was probably like my favorite like stupid childhood memory.
nice.
Just one of those stories that like you don't forget.
So like the inspiration for Chad.
Yeah, I mean like that's the funny thing is like actually like I have no tackle football experience, but like 80% of my original starting content was like making fun of like a football player like well out of his prime. But yeah, I have flag football experience from like 8 years old to 11, if that means anything.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
In the chat, talk about the New York Jets. The Jets could still pick you up, low key.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm probably a little bit better than Justin Fields, but.
No doubt.
All right, Houston, let's hear it.
When I was 12, what was it? Yeah, I was 12, and my shit, I'm trying to think of something. God, dude, this is so hard. When I was 12, my dad threw me through the wall, and then that's pretty much it.
Is that why you're
Pretty
like
sick.
so slow now?
Oh yeah, I'm still slow. Well, it was because it was. That's.
I know
so
it was too
low.
complicated of a
He threw me
question, but
through
we'll
the
just
wall.
skip over it. It's fine.
Yeah, let's just keep going, dude.
Yeah, for Houston, it's like we know that happened.
Dude, I'm off balance. I'm not at home, man. Everything has got me messed up right now. Okay.
You're not in your
You
special
didn't have
place.
you didn't have like a specific, I know you trailer park boys probably moved around a lot, getting evicted and stuff, all the time. And there
Well, I
wasn't,
make
like,
Rent-A-Center.
favorite-
Okay, I used to have
favorite
Rent-A-Center
trailer that
knocking
you
on
had
the
to-
door.
Really?
Yeah, that's the whole point. I make Rent-A-Center videos, like making, being aggressive and knocking on the door. I mean, yeah, we've had that happen a bunch of times, and we would just hide.
Yeah.
They would just be in there beating on the door, and we would just hide like in the hallway and not say anything.
At least
Wait,
you can-
Houston, did you really grow up in a trailer park?
No, I have
Oh.
lived in a bunch of trailers. I was recently just moved out of a trailer park. I had been there for 2 years, and I still live in a trailer, but I'm not in a trailer park anymore.
Okay, but you did at one point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, okay. So I used to work for FedEx, and we would deliver to a trailer park. And like it was always like you just get a trailer park bingo card. Like there'd be multiple times we pull up to this one joint, and one of the people there had a pet peacock, and it would
Yeah.
attack us.
That's
You know
hilarious.
what I'm saying? We pulled up one time, and a guy had a flamethrower.
Oh my
Like the trailer parks,
That's awesome,
like
dude.
dude, like it's the wild, wild west. Like GTA should actually just be in a trailer park because that's more realistic. Every time we pulled up, it was like something different. They always had something unique. That peacock still gives me nightmares. Who has that?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I've
that's-
never heard of someone actually owning a peacock.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
that
had
those
to-
were like available to be owned as pets.
Well, I'm sure he didn't have it legally.
No,
Yeah,
definitely
there's no way
not.
that
I don't think he should.
It's the trailer park. The cops ain't rolling through the trailer park.
No.
Hell no, they don't want any part of that.
Mm-mm.
No. Well, anybody else got anything?
I got a lot of stuff, but I like to, I think maybe I want to hear from Josh. I want to hear if he got something that he's dying for us to talk about.
Oh man, there's so much. I mean, just the state of society today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could go
All
on for hours. I mean, we're all young advocates for
you know,
everything.
I mean, me personally as an ally, there's just so much that I'm really fed up with.
Of course. Of course.
Like my wife and I all day today, we've just been at a women's march. I got fired from my job, but I don't want to be another capitalist prog in the
No.
freaking world. I want to do my own thing and stand up for the marginalized. So, just really kind of upset about that.
You're
Yeah,
a
but that
strong
means
woman.
I'm be an ally. Thank
I'm
you.
just glad you're an ally.
Yeah, I've always
Mhm.
always enjoyed women's marches because as Chad enjoys them because he can just show up and he's just with the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
you surprised they have that much free time when they're supposed to be at home, in the kitchen and stuff.
yeah, it's like normal to get like taken out by like police, right? From those things, it was like a sign of respect. Like they were like letting out the alpha out of the march, or is that like not a normal thing?
Yeah, man.
No. I mean, Chad, for you, it's probably difficult because it's like you go to the women's march, you're 6'5" and like super jacked. It's like you stand out.
It's like ladies.
I know, dude.
Get the
There's
alpha
only
man
so much
some
Chad
love.
to go around. That's the problem, and that's the problem I've always run into in life. It's just like they're all over me all the time, and it's like, dude, like
Yeah.
regardless of their age, like a woman is still a woman. Like you got to respect that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Epstein coming in.
Yeah, starting to make a little money getting on that list.
Oh yeah, no, that's Elijah's thing these days. I'll leave that to him with the creepy guy content. His creepy guy content has been going crazy.
Dude, I know we kind of touched on this earlier, like the whole fall off thing.
Yeah,
And I know we've talked about this before, but like that has been a game changer for me recently. Because I really did start to feel like my views like went like just way down, man. And
Yeah.
I was just trying to rack my brain, like how can I make the same videos but like different at the same time? And like I just made it more creepy, and it's working.
more
Yeah, for
creepy
sure.
is an
The
understatement.
sad part is women actually relate to that.
Yeah.
Like while it's funny, at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's just crazy that there's men out there that like actually do the things that I'm.
Yeah, I mean, on a serious note, like none of us are being obviously serious about anything we're saying, but like there are dudes who like legitimately live like the characters that some of us play.
Oh yeah.
Hey, speak for yourself, dude.
We know you are your character, but besides from that, like there are like guys who like actually like literally like prey on young girls or
Oh yeah.
act
It's not
creepy,
funny.
do all this weird stuff. Like, and it's actually sad. And part of the reason why I make this content still is because it also like in a way it does actually bring awareness to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's something I've said several times.
And people in the comments are like, some girls will be like, I've experienced this, and then people are like, don't stop making these skits. It brings awareness because I know it's like actually hard to come out and like talk about that stuff because like people will clown you or like nobody will believe you. I don't understand why we've gotten to that point where we're like clowning girls for that, but
No, yeah. That's why I feel like my content early on, because I played the douchey guy at church. In like, I'm sure you guys know, like if you grew up in church, it's like if there's a douchey guy that like manipulates women, for example, it still doesn't get addressed. It's kind of like the elephant in the room because it's like, oh, he's still a Christian, like he means well or whatever. And so from that standpoint, it'd be like women would comment and be like, this validated me like so much. Like you have no idea. Like I always thought that this was something that happened that was weird, but nobody like ever acknowledged it and they kind of brushed it to the side. And it's like, yo, yeah, it kind of does validate people who were like, yo, I felt like that was weird when that guy did that. But now seeing it and seeing the comments roast that character, it's like, oh, bringing a little bit of healing. Like it feels nice to know that some of my videos were shown to a therapist in some sort of counseling session. Like, yeah, this is the guy that I was telling you about.
This is the guy that preys on me.
Exactly.
I actually get that specific comment a lot. Like a lot of women say, and I've had this probably 100 times, and I'm not joking. You can go back and look. I'm showing this video to my therapist.
Yeah.
they probably do.
Yeah. And the other comment I get the most with the creepy one, it was like, I was 18, he was 30, or I was 18, he was 27, or
I always see like I can't even hide in the comments on your videos.
Yeah.
I know, because he looks directly into your soul when he
Dude, you got that like
those
lead
bright
paint
blue eyes.
creepy guy stare.
Yeah. It's really funny.
Elijah is like the most like easily spottable person like as like a TikTok creator. Like that's probably why you get recognized the most is you just have like a distinct aura and look.
Yeah, well, it's the bald head and the big head, and then I the Uncle Fester look, Judge Holden. I know we talk about this every podcast, but like, I got a whole list of people I look like. So yeah, I mean,
I mean, Josh, how often do you get recognized in public? Probably a lot, right?
Not a ton, dude. It kind of like it depends on the atmosphere. Like
Mhm.
if I'm going to like a coffee shop or something, and like there's a high chance of like there being Christians or people our age, then I would say pretty frequently. But if it's just like out and about at like I don't know the mall or something, not as frequent. But
Okay.
it's always crazy. Something this happens to you guys when you get recognized. People will be like, "Yo, you're Church Chad, or you're that guy," and then they kind of just sit there and they wait for you to do something funny. They're like, "Dance for me, monkey," and it's like,
Yeah.
I have
It's like,
run
tell
into
me a
that
joke.
before. I have run into that before. It's
it's
weird.
like awkward silence.
So
Like
God
one
was
time,
yeah.
we were like out and about. We were eating at this joint, like it's kind of Dallas's version of Chipotle, and we're walking in, and this kid sees me. He's like, "Yo, you're Josh Benson." And he's like, "Wait right here, wait right here." He goes and gets his entire family, like 60-year-old mom and dad,
Oh Jesus.
granddad comes out, and they all look at me. And he's like, this guy does this or that," and they look at me with like the craziest lead paint stare, and I'm like, "Sup, guys?" Like just the most average white guy ever, and this kid's blowing me up. Like, tell him something funny, tell a joke, and I'm like,
Let
I've
me
got
show you one of my
nothing.
videos or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check
you
this
should
out.
just like pop
I'm
up
really
the
funny
video.
right here. Just watch this real quick. Here comes the part. Yeah.
Something I've started doing whenever they like, are you that guy on TikTok? And I look at him like really weird, and I'm like, no, Sebastian keeps making these AI videos of me. I can't get him to stop.
That'd be so funny if that was for real.
They just look like they don't know what to say, and then like half the time they catch on pretty quick.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, you're fucking with me.
Dude, I had this person come up to me, and I was like, I try to say like a little joke, like to make a little joke. I'm like, they're like, "Are you on TikTok?" I'm like, "No, but I am on the register." And I'm talking about I'm like on the sexual register, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, yeah, I'm on TikTok."
But I mean, you're on both though.
Yeah, so people know where I live at.
Yeah, I don't
Gotta
get
keep eyes on where
recognized
I'm at.
as much probably as you guys because I use a filter for most of my videos.
I'm in a small town too. I mean, I don't know if that helps.
I'm in a kind of a bigger city, but lots of times like I'll be someplace like getting food or something, and some guy will like come up really close, and he'll be like really staring. I'm like, "Can I help you?" He's like, "I know you." I'm like, "Do you?" He's like, "I know you." Like that, I get that shit like all the time. Where do I know you from?
Yeah.
And then he's like,
Like,
"Oh, he's like, this is you." I'm like, "Yeah."
Put the filter on.
Yeah, dude, someone said that
filter
to
on
me
for
in
my
public. They
boy.
were like, "Where's the filter?"
Do the roar.
I was like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, someone told me they were like, you should get a facial reconstructive surgery so you don't have to use the filter. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. That would be that filter is like the most tragic looking thing ever.
You got to commit to the bit, dude.
That's what you've done. Yeah.
You know what's funny though is like whenever I do get recognized, I try to always tell the people like, hey, if you leave me a comment, tell me you met me, I'll follow you back. And one thing I noticed is it like never fails. They had like just followed me, so it's like they know me enough to recognize me, but they don't even follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hate it when like someone leaves a really nice comment on your video and you click and they don't follow you.
I know.
For real.
Yeah, it's like
We gotta bring back following people.
yeah, like what's up? They're like, I love your content. I'm first. Like, I love this series. I'm like, yeah, but you don't follow me. People even reach out in DMs. They're like, yo, Chad, let me get a follow back, and I click it, and they don't even follow me.
They didn't follow, yeah.
I'm like, there's no back. Like, you don't technically support me if you don't follow me.
Bro,
But
the
also-
most tragic thing. My bad. The
No,
most
you're good.
tragic thing is whenever, like, people who would like recognize me in public and we talk or whatever. The thing that would eat at me is like people would be like, "Oh, you're kind of like taller than I thought you'd be," and I'm like, "Really?" One guy at the gym, I'm like, "Hey, you're Church Chad." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Hey, man, you're kind of like more jacked than I thought you would be." Like, what did you think I was gonna be? The most heartbreaking thing is like the guy that I personify online is like a 5'6", short king, 130 pound sopping wet. It's tough.
How tall are you in real life?
6'2".
Oh, so that's like, yeah, that's definitely a big.
Like that. It's like
Closer
that.
to the Lord, as we say.
Amen, brother.
Yes, sir.
Elijah's
I'm-
6'4".
Yeah.
I'm 5'2", 600 pounds. I don't even have legs.
What a build.
I don't even have legs.
I feel like Houston's definitely like 5'10". You look like 5'10".
You
No,
look
I'm
like you're
gonna say 6'1".
I'm 5'11". Well, my boots on. I'm 6 foot though.
Amen.
That's
Amen,
what I
brother.
tell my wife. I'm actually 5'8". Then I always tell her
No, you're not, dude.
Yeah.
5'9" in boots.
Really? There's no way.
Yeah.
You look like a predator. You got to be tall.
No, I wish.
Really?
I'm not. I'm average. Okay, I'm average.
5'8's not average.
It is.
You're definitely
Americans.
5'11".
5'9.5" is average height for a man.
You can't be that short, dude.
I can't be that average.
You're right.
No, you're not average. You're not average. You're under average.
I think average is like 5'10".
How tall is Elijah actually? I thought y'all said he was 6'4". No, I'm like,
No, he's 5'8.
They were fucking with you.
Yeah, he's legitimately 5'8 from what he's told
Oh,
me.
you're being dead ass?
I thought he was 6'4". I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, search his name on the register. It'll show exactly how tall he is.
Okay, y'all.
Location.
Okay, it does say 5'9" is the average. Whenever I looked it up in high school, it was 5'8". But
You were oftenly looking that up, weren't you?
We're getting bigger as a people.
well, actually, in high school, I was
true.
like 5'5", 5'6".
I
I grew in my 20s, surprisingly.
I was 5 foot as a freshman in high school,
Dang, that's crazy.
and
I
now
was
I'm
like
6
5'4".
foot. So I grew a foot from being 14 to 24. I don't know when it was all just gradual.
Mine hit me when I was like 17, and I shot up.
Oh, really?
Which I'm only 5'11", but you know.
Puberty's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
like puberty does like weird things to you, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you definitely do weird things to yourself, also.
Yeah, that's something. That's a good talking point. Is like weirdest story during puberty, like that.
I got
age.
tons of those, man. Oh.
Yeah, everybody. We should rip one of those.
But I can't say them on TikTok, though. That's the one
Well,
thing, man.
mine's appropriate.
All right,
I don't know at all.
make it appropriate.
Yeah, like I'll never forget when I first started getting like armpit hair, and I was so embarrassed. We was at this swim party, and my mom was trying to get me to like do something. And I had my shirt off, and like I would not lift up my arms because I was so embarrassed that I had armpit hair. And she was like, "What is going on with you?" And I never told her. But, deep down, like I don't know, it just there was no reason to be embarrassed, but
It's just your body changing.
well,
It's
30
becoming a man.
Yeah, you were becoming a man, bro.
yeah. That's it.
No, testosterone's a beautiful thing. Really. Love
Yeah,
it. Like there was a point I played junior college baseball and I sucked. But JUCO is JUICO. I may or may not have taken, a performance enhancer or two. Being on that stuff, dude, I felt like I could run through a brick wall. It was amazing. Like I could dunk. That was back. I could like dunk. I could do it. I could do everything. And then you get off the stuff, and it's like, oh, I am just a normal white guy. This sucks.
How old
Yeah.
are you now?
29.
Okay, we're the same age.
Nice.
At least, well, I turned 30 in June.
Ooh, I
Yep.
turned 28 in July. I know I
We're
look
on
50.
status.
Yeah.
How old are you,
Everybody
Houston, in
comments
July?
on my videos now.
Oh, 29. I'm sorry. I turned 29.
Oh, so you're turning 29, they're turning 30. I turned 24 in January.
Damn. Such
Thanks.
a young king.
I'm a little
so
on the
much
younger
older.
side, yeah.
Just our sweet prince.
Yeah, you are a sweet baby boy.
All right.
Elijah's been grooming you for years.
Dude, he has. He's grooming me since I first started making content. He discovered me early. He's like,
Who did?
you're like, how am I gonna use this little boy to make myself more viral?
No, so I'll never forget like how we first started doing collabs. It was just because somebody tagged you in my video.
Yeah.
And like, you were a small creator at the time, and I just seen your content. I was like, man, this guy's onto something. So like, let's do it.
Had to mention I was a small creator at the time.
Yeah, he's trying to big dog you.
I know. Yeah, no, I had maybe like 20,000 followers at the time. And someone was like, you need to collab with @Chad. And I responded back, let's do it. And you were like, hell yeah. And then I messaged you. I was like, do you want to do this? And then we did it.
Yeah.
And that's when the like Kyle and Chad lore took off.
I seen you had something going on. I was like, yeah, let's do it, man.
Elijah's got an eye for talent. He can spot a guy. He knows talent. It's good, man.
Dude, Elijah's acting like he's Nick Fury, like assembling the Avengers. Like, what the hell?
We're building a team.
Yeah, he built the team. That's how I felt when I found those like some of those like Snapchat creators that were like we all did this huge like collab. I was like, I've assembled the like Snapchat unemployed Avengers. I don't know if you guys have seen those one dudes. They're Josh, you may not have. I think Houston and Elijah. They're the Cans boys. You know who I'm talking about? CNZ.
Yeah, Curtin Burt. Yeah, I
Dude.
just congratulated him today for hitting 100K.
They're at like 130K now. They gain
Yeah.
like 30. They're gaining like 20,000 followers a day.
I know. I sent him a message this morning.
I've never
doing
seen
great.
that kind of growth before. I don't know if you guys have ever had that kind of growth before.
I did in January. Well,
When I first started, but it was because everyone thought I was Clay Jensen off of 13 Reasons Why. Like I made a
Oh,
video, and I kind of like it was that one like show yourself when you're younger type deal, and I just
yeah.
put a picture of him from 13 Reasons, and people thought I was him, like 10K to 70K overnight.
Wow.
But then downside is people were DMing me like, "Hey, your show helped me out so much. Like I was gonna kill myself," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah, right. Because
Yeah, you do look. I forgot. Yeah, you do look just like that guy. Golly, man, that is crazy.
yeah, I didn't get here on talent. I got
I
here.
couldn't stand that guy, anyways.
Yeah, I know, dude. He's like,
I did not like that show at all, man. But that's just me.
So that
I didn't. It was sad.
was that. What kind of video
Too
did you
sad.
make to like that? People were saying you look like him. Was it a video like targeted to be like you're him, or was it just like a they
Well, dude,
connect
so
the
I had
dots?
always been told that, like, since the day the show came out, it was like 2017. I was in college. Like, from that moment on, people were like, "Oh, you kind of look like Dylan Minnette. You kind of look like this guy," and so I just leaned into it. I didn't know like how believable it was, but apparently enough of people believed it.
And there you go. That's how you started your platform.
Yeah, on lies. I'm a liar. I'm a fraud, guys.
Oh yeah, somebody said that. Someone said Josh is the biggest capper I've seen. Well, in what regard? That was a comment right on cue. Interesting.
I think he's saying that nobody said that about me, which, you know,
All bro has to do is go look at the video.
go watch the video, bro. It's somewhere in the archives.
How
Yeah.
many followers are you up to now? I didn't even think to check before we started.
640.
Damn.
So we're still getting those numbers up, boys. Maybe
Yeah.
one day we'll hit a million. Who knows?
Are you still seeing growth like every day?
Dude, it like comes in waves. Like I'll have a video that hits, and then it'll be kind of like a good jump, and then I'll be video struggling to break 30,000 views for a couple of days, couple of weeks.
I feel like when you become a more established creator, TikTok is not as nice with you in the algorithm.
maybe so. Maybe they don't like
That's what Elijah had talked about. Like when you become more established, they just like don't push your videos as hard as like compared to new creators.
Well, yeah, because I think the best way to never see someone's videos ever again is to follow them. You know, and
That's
so I feel
true.
like people like see yourself on the For You page, you give them a follow, and TikTok's like, okay, let's see if we can feed them new people now. I don't know.
Yeah, so like whenever I'm fighting all the ads and the live streams, it also shows me a lot of. It doesn't show me a lot of new creators. It shows me all my mutuals first. It's like
Oh, really?
I see yours, Houston's, Chad's, some other creators that I'm friends with, and it's like every 20 scrolls will I actually find like a video that's like not somebody I follow that follows me back. It's
Interesting.
Like new.
They're like trying to put you onto your mutuals.
Yeah.
Let
And
me
I heard
just
that
say something
TikTok
real
does-
quick for the people in the chat. There's a couple people asking like why we're not looking at the chat. Usually we get into Q and A's in like the last 30 minutes. We kind of run this for the new reviewers. Run this as more of like a podcast style kind of thing. We record it and post it later. So in the last 30 minutes, we'll answer like every single comment. So for those who are commenting now, sorry if we're not seeing it. For those who are, that is a lot of hate comments too. We'll
Just go
maybe
get a.
we'll
yeah,
maybe
just
look
get
at
a
them
like.
later. Sorry guys. Yeah, but that's one thing that is always a good thing to bring up is like hate comments.
Those are the best.
I don't know, because me, Elijah, and Houston have talked about it a little bit, but like Josh, like how do you deal with hate comments?
Dude, I used to get so offended by them. Like, especially when I was starting out, I would get so offended and like, try to like jump into the comments and like argue or fight or whatever. It wasn't until so a lot of the hate comments that I get are people like if I'm making fun of Christians, even though I am a practicing Christian,
Mhm.
will be Christians telling me like this guy's not, actually a Christian, he's blah 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 blah. And questioning like my salvation. And I would get offended by that until one time there was a guy who was just being like mad crazy in one of our church chat comment sections on Instagram. And so I was beefing with him. Like I messaged him and I'm like, why do you think this about me? And then I look at the guy's profile and he kind of looked like a legitimate white supremacist. I'm like, okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So I asked him, I'm like, why would I listen to all this from a guy who's like kind of a racist? And I thought he would like deny the accusations, but he just owned up to it. Like, oh, let me guess, you think race mixing's okay, blah, blah, blah. And it was from that point on that I was like, okay, this is the person that hates me in my comment section. It's just someone who's miserable and potentially racist. So now it's like, ignore it.
Yeah, I have like one or two guys who are just like repeatedly always in my comment sections on every single video I post, and like I used to respond to it, and at a certain point, you just gotta let it be.
Let it be, man.
You're not really gonna like, no matter what you say, those people are still gonna keep going because they have nothing better to do.
Now I have a counter to that.
Okay.
Like as you know, Josh, you may not know this, but like I get a lot of hate comments on Facebook primarily.
They're the worst group of people is Facebook.
I don't get them on Instagram. I don't get them on TikTok. So I made it a point, and I still do it. I try to do it whenever I can on Facebook. I try to reply to every hater.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
They always reply back, and it boosts me in the algorithm.
That engagement, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I can tell you like 3 or 4 times whenever I reply to them, they'll actually apologize. So I do think at some point, maybe replying to them and maybe not come at it from the perspective of like, don't return their behavior with the same behavior.
Yeah. Compliment them.
Yeah, and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Like
They don't like that.
Yeah, most of the time they don't.
I'm sorry you're a little pansy. I'm sorry I offended you.
Like it's like a 60-year-old woman hating on you, Elijah. Just comment back and be like, ugh, why do I always get so much hate from the 35-year-old women?
Oh, they would love that.
I'll give that a go. But
like whenever you meet your girlfriend's family for the first time, like, oh, I didn't know that Madison had a sister. Yeah, every time.
Yeah,
it works.
But we earlier Houston and Ben were talking about that hate comment I got today.
Oh, that one was like kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it was, and so I bring that. I guess it'd be the next talking point. How do you guys feel about carrying like protection for yourself, knowing that you're a public figure, and there's probably someone out there who, like, if they were to see you, they might try to hurt you. Like,
I mean,
you think
I carry
have ever considered, or
I mean, I carry a thing with me, but
yeah, I was about to say I'm ready to go.
yeah.
We got that thing.
I want somebody to look at me wrong, and I'm not gonna fight nobody either, dude. I'm just gonna,
Same here. I carry everywhere I go now because I got children, and a family.
Same.
Which, yeah, I'm a professional hater, so like I get it. Like if somebody's being whatever, like I'm a professional, I get that. But it's like whenever, to your point, like it flows to like the family, then it's like, all right, like we're not gonna. You can crap on me; it's no big deal because I'm aware of who I am. Like I'm the most generic cardboard white guy you've ever met. But once it gets to the wife, okay, let's calm it down.
Right. Yep.
No, that is a good point.
I haven't had any threats personally.
Oh,
I haven't run into it. I know, yeah, you showed us that, but not death. Just the thing you showed us today, I was like, I hope that guy gets his kids taken away. Like,
oh yeah, I've had tons of threats.
I'll have to send it to you, Josh, later.
Dude, yeah, I'm curious to see this now.
Crazy comment.
Dude, that's the Billy Badasses. Like I make videos about divorced dads. And, like you'll see them, people with the sound bite. I don't know if you ever seen it, and they'll be like, "These are my people." You ever seen that? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's a genre of people using these badass songs like "Fuck with me once," or "You drink to get drunk, I drink to keep the devil away," or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like my
that's
mother raised the nicest guy ever, but if you mess with me, yeah.
Like that's the inspiration of divorced dad. I'm just taking those quotes or stupid stuff they would say, and I'm just incorporate it. Like they look like idiots. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, yeah, I do love. It's more of my Instagram algorithm. The single divorced dad thirst traps.
Yeah,
those kill every single time.
One guy, he's like in his 50s, and he's like, I'm 50 years old. He's got these nice teeth. I mean, he looks great. He's got a nice beard, and he's just like a grown ass man. And he's like, I'm 58, but I don't care what you look like or how much you weigh. Would you date me? I'm like, hey, that's somebody's grandpa, man.
Yeah, those are like extremely cringe. I see them on Instagram Reels a lot.
That's the whole inspiration of divorced dad things I do. It's strictly off that. It's pretty fun though. I do love it. I love seeing it.
Yeah, but what was your question, Elijah?
I guess you don't want it answered yet. Like,
I remember now. I personally don't. I've never even like thought about it. Yeah, I guess I figure like, I don't know. I've already was a victim of an armed robbery, so like the odds of that happening again is like light, I guess. Yeah.
Well, Chad, we'll create some burners and start to like comment, like hate comments on your stuff just to motivate you.
Okay, for sure. For sure. Maybe then I'll think about it.
I'm not like actually living in fear about it, but you just never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you don't know because like I was literally like at a public library selling a pair of shoes and got hit with the fucking hammer in the head. Like, you
Oh,
don't know
really?
when it could fucking happen. I was just selling a pair of shoes on Facebook Marketplace, trying to get rid of an old pair of kicks.
You got hit with a hammer?
Dude,
Did you have
fucking
your filter on?
straight on. I did not have my filter on, bro.
He really hit you over the head. You get staples and all that.
Yeah,
stuff?
it cut my entire head open, dude.
Did you get like a concussion?
Yeah, I got a concussion. I was like throwing up.
Jesus.
It was terrible. Like, it was god awful. I was fucked up for like a couple of months.
This was before
Oh.
you.
Yeah, this was like a year ago last month.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's terrible, dude.
They wanted the shoes that bad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted some Jordan 5s desperately.
And no filter.
No filter. No filter.
I probably would have stopped him. That sucks, dude. Did they get the guys at least?
Yeah, they did that. They got the guys and I got the shoes returned to me. And
Okay.
I mean, like, I would have been like glad to give them the shoes if they were like, "Hey, I have a hammer. I'm gonna hit you with this if you don't."
Yeah,
give
you
it."
just
I would have been like,
wanna
"All
get
right,
it.
yeah, like go ahead, man. Like, go right ahead. I don't care about these $100 shoes." Like, but no,
Dude,
like he pulled up. He's like, "Yeah, let me check them out." And then all of a sudden, he just. It's like, all right, that
Jesus.
could have just like I think he was just looking to start some violence. Those are the types of people I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
People who
I
are
mean, I
just
worry
like
about them too.
actively looking to start violence. Like, Jesus, I don't
We
know.
need to put those people in ROTC. They need to serve our country.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I agree.
Get you-
No,
they'll get
I
you
agree.
straight
Those are
out.
like some
We need to
perfect
take
clients for
fella,
that.
give them that hammer back, and send them over to the Gaza Strip and take care of the business over there.
Get
We'll be
this
fine.
man a gun for sure.
Yeah. Get them a real hammer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Now,
gotcha.
now the comments have gotten a little bit race related from this conversation. We weren't intending to go that way. We were
Y'all
not.
put me in. Y'all don't be nasty, man.
Come on, guys. Don't put us in a tough situation. Come on, y'all.
Don't put us in a tough situation.
I expect more from TikTok live comments.
I
don't.
would expect this out of Instagram, but not you guys.
Dude, Instagram Reels. Let me just say something. It's
Wow.
the most racist app ever. I see more comments like about it being a racism app than anything. They're like, how dare there be a thirst trap on my racism app? I've seen comments like that. I'm like, dude, it's legitimately a racism app. Like, it's crazy.
No, yeah, instant like TikTok comments you could post, and that's what kills me about the thirst traps. Is like on TikTok, it's like, oh, so handsome, like the guys that thirst trap it up. But then you go to Instagram, it's like, kill yourself.
Well, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that they're like not letting those dudes get away with that corny
for
shit.
sure.
That I support for sure.
Like the that whole group during COVID, the Sway Boys. I think you probably know them, Josh. Like they were loved on TikTok, but they definitely got clowned on Instagram.
It's the Montana boys now. It's like TikTok, it's all like 30, 40-year-old women. They're like, oh, it's so handsome. And then Instagram's just crazy.
Yeah,
Like somebody hit them with a hammer over the head.
real. Yeah, I wonder what like creates that like drastic audience demographic difference between TikTok and Instagram.
Well, Zuck said he's not moderating anymore. Like, you remember whenever like COVID hits and like Instagram would do the fact checking and blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
Zuckerberg was basically like, we're not doing that anymore. Like, it's freedom of speech, wild, wild west.
I mean,
and TikTok's very much like monitored. and
I
stuff.
don't not respect the freedom of speech thing. Like, I'm not saying I'm mad that like you can say whatever you want on Instagram, but like it's just crazy. Like something like I've seen people getting shot and killed on Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Everybody
Facebook,
that
too.
sees me die in reels. It's crazy.
Yeah, like Reels. I mean, I'm a frequent Reels user. I would say I
Yeah.
spend like 30% of time on Reels and 70% on TikTok from a social media perspective.
I just check my Instagram. That's it. Like,
Yeah, I don't really scroll.
Nah, I be scrolling, dude. I'm like
TikTok, I
fucking.
scroll like
I'm on the
mad.
Explore page scrolling. I'm in the Reels scrolling.
Yep, yep.
Dude, I got nothing better to do other than just scroll sometimes.
Sometimes you need a scroll day, you know?
yeah, doom scroll a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I work a pretty dead 9 to 5. Well, technically it's an 8 to 4. So like, I would say like 90% of my time is spent like pretending I work.
Oh, I am in the
Yeah,
same
like
boat, dude.
pretending I'm doing work, and that 90% is actually just spent like scrolling. Or like posting on my Instagram story and like I do polls like about like what skits people want, etc. But yeah, I've mastered how to fake look like I'm. Sometimes I just disappear too for like 2 hours.
I mean, that's actual working. Like, that's
Yeah.
what everyone
Mhm.
I
It's an
disappear
art.
and go to like this back room and like take a nap.
just hide.
I wish I had that kind of job. Must be nice.
Yeah,
Well,
it
see,
is-
every job I've had, I've been like having to work my ass like blue collar, and then I've been at this job for almost 2 years now, and I have sat down honestly, I barely have to do anything. Like my job is pretty much done when I get in there in the morning.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, I have stuff like here and there, but other than that, I'm like, what else am I supposed to do?
Scroll.
Yeah,
And I do. Yeah, scroll.
that's
yeah.
where I'm at. Like I just,
Play
that's
into
fine.
the system.
Josh, how do you like your job?
Dude, they take care of me.
Okay.
Like I said, like being like you guys know, like Elijah Houston, like having kids, being married. It's like, man, I really like health insurance.
Yeah.
So like, they take care of me. Job, it's not hard. Like, you just advise people on finances, and like once you do a year's worth, you don't see anything new. So it's like, yeah, man, got my clients, take care of them. They love me. They're old as dirt, and we rock and roll.
Hey, I mean, and if that works for you, bro, I know it's a good. My buddy's over at Goldman Sachs in Dallas. He's always complaining about it, but
That's Goldman Sachs is hardcore.
yeah,
Like,
he's like,
you can get into it, and your buddy probably makes like 3 times what I do. But it's
no,
like,
he told me he doesn't make a ton right now because he's just starting
Really?
up.
dang.
But he
Goldman,
told
yeah,
me
they'll work you to the bone, brother.
he told me it's
Not my-
stressful. Like they literally work the living shit out of him.
Oh yeah, like you'll get out there, you'll do like private equity or investment banking with like Sachs or JP Morgan. They'll work 12-hour days.
Yeah, he told me he's like literally just like all he does is work.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
Chad
seen
probably works 12 hours in a month. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I seen a video on TikTok yesterday. It was about this guy talking about like the oil field. He's like, if anybody can start there at 18 years old, if you can work, you can go out there and work. And he was like, that's where everybody should start, because he was saying like within his first year he made like 150 grand.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look into it, you realize they're working like 14-hour days, 7 days a week.
Yeah, so that's not like as
In
impressive.
freaking El Paso, Texas, too. Like you have
Yeah,
to
brother.
live in the Woodlands.
I've done it. I did it for a week. A week. I had already had my first child. My wife was pregnant with her second one. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to go out here. I left Sam's Club. I said, fuck that. I'm going to go make some money out in West Texas. Did an orientation for a week, which is where we're like in a hotel. They fed us. It was awesome. I was out there for like 2 days. And I was like, nah, man. I'm going to head to the house. And it wasn't really the work, because I can do the work. It's just like, dude, I got so sad, man. I was like, dude, I'm gonna miss Christmas. I'm gonna miss Thanksgiving. I can't be doing this if I got kids and a family. I have to have a job where I go home every night. Be with my kids.
Yeah.
I just can't. Do
Yeah,
it.
it's respect.
Like when I went and got my CDL, like I had envisioned that I would go over the road. And then once I got my CDL, I was like, I really don't want to go over the road for weeks at a time. Because we had 2 kids, and I just ended up getting this local job. Man, it's working out for now, but I still hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like my job either. I mean, it's super easy. Like, it's time consuming because, we work Monday through Thursday. We go 7 to 6, and then Friday, and we work Friday also, which is an early day, and then I work every other Saturday. So, I get like 56 hours a week, but I'm not really doing anything. It's just time consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of jobs are just like ridiculously time consuming.
Yeah.
Honestly, I remember reading this study. They were like, or it was a report or something. They were like, you can get done like in a couple of hours, probably like your job in a day, but most people still have to work like 8-9 hours.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I've never quite understood that.
So I guess my job is like the different perspective, where it's like I really do work all day, and I do have the freedom. Like if I want to take an hour lunch, I can do that.
I can do that too.
But that's an hour longer that I have to stay and get my route done. So like I have the freedom to do what I want throughout the day, but it's all about how fast do I want to get done. But the other side is it's a 10-hour minimum. Like if I get done with my route at 7 hours, I'm supposed to be going out and like meeting new clients, getting new customers, selling stuff, and there is no option to come back early. Like we have a 4:30 gate time, which means or not 4:30, 4 o'clock. So even if I'm done at 2, I can't come back to the office till 4.
Right.
That's what I liked about Frito-Lay. I worked there for 3 years, and because I'm on route and everything. As soon as you're done with your route, you head to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have to wait around or nothing like that.
Interesting.
I like that person. Yeah.
Well, that leads me to a good transition, actually, about work in general. I'm still not completely understanding why people are still falling for this 9-to-5 trap. It's a lot simpler to just like make investments. Crypto coin. The stock market is so it's such a great time to invest right now. I often find myself you know, listening to lots of different types of men. You know, I really think Andrew Tate is really hammering things on the head right now with how he's describing men and how he's treating culture, like, you know. So I mean, I want to just talk about that for a little while. I really think we should just talk
I
about
agree. Because, Chad, you make a good point. It's all about your investments,
Yes.
right? So, like brainstorming. Have you heard of that? Like when you like write down ideas on paper.
No, I have
So,
not
like,
heard of that. Okay.
So it's like when you like it's figurative because there's not an actual storm in your brain, but you think of ideas and you write them down. So I did that the other day for about an hour,
Mhm.
and I wrote down 2 words: real estate. Okay, real estate.
Like,
If you buy
uh-huh.
like homes and properties,
Oh shit.
you get like poor people to pay you to live in them.
Oh shit.
All right. So I've been doing that. I
Mhm.
can't afford real estate here in America,
No.
but it's about finding opportunity. Where do we know things are kind of dire? Gaza Strip. I hopped on
Right.
Zillow. I've got 25 properties. None of them are being rented out. 2 of them just got bombed by the Israelis. But
Okay.
if I can accrue assets, it's like you have to think that way, to like make money.
Well, you're stimulating and stifling the current assets you have.
Mhm. It's
Right.
called masterminding. You
Okay.
have to make money. It takes money to make money.
Right.
If you want to buy a piece of real estate, you're going to go out and get yourself $1 million loan. You buy a piece of real estate, you flip it, and use the interest to
Mhm.
buy the tiger. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's why I start every day with a glass of organic leopard skin milk. It helps my brain fluctuate and think about masterminding.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
here's the problem with men of this generation is the first thing that starts with a mindset is diet. I mean, look, if you don't have a wooden cutting board out, and if you're not putting meat, eggs, fucking raw honey, raw milk, like seed oils is the problem. Seed oils is what's holding people back from actually becoming successful at life, you know?
Red dye
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I know Elijah like had a personal battle a lot with these seed oils and Red 40, but like, you know, I got him into my course. You know, I told him, I said, DM me Alpha, and I'll get you right in. And I share your experience with my course so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. And kind of what got me in this mindset is like whenever I started the carnivore diet, because like protein is king. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like kind of like what Josh was saying. The whole brainstorming. Men who don't brainstorm, betas. Like no doubt about it.
Dude,
Beta bitches.
I prefer to
100%.
start my day every day by silencing my property, my wife. And
Dude, 100%. I agree with that.
You got it.
yeah, so it was like when you start your day on that kind of level, like the rest of the day, nothing can bring you down. You know
No.
what I mean?
No.
And a bitch is not allowed to speak unless spoken to.
You're right, bro.
Dude,
This makes me wonder, Elijah, what line of work are you in? The way you're talking about women right now, what would you say you do like on the side? Is your side hustle that you're growing right now?
Well, so actually, I have multiple of those. The day never stops for me. So like when I wake up, it's rise and grind. I dream about how my day's going to go.
Mhm.
But it really starts when I go to sleep.
Mm.
And that's just a mental game that I have to work through. Like, I would never go to therapy.
No.
Like I'm my
That's
own.
what betas.
Yeah.
I'm my own therapist.
Yeah.
I work through my shit while I sleep, while I work. It's just one of them things, man. You just
Because why talk to another man about your problems? Because if you take the
Exactly.
therapist, you go the space therapist. What does that spell? Can't say it on TikTok. But that's what's wrong with today's society. There's too many blue pill beta bitches out here.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. I mean, and it's also just like how people were raised, like, and especially, I mean, I want to touch on this, with girls, because it's a really important topic. It's like, why are we why do people think that they have to narrow themselves down to one woman? Like, I understand, like, if you want to have like a house woman, like a woman in your house, like that's fine. But like, you need to create a complete itinerary of like, I'm going to have a work wife, I'm going to have a housewife. I have a girl that just lives in my car, I mean, there's just so many ways to like branch out these options. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. So this brings up, Chad, something interesting too. Mormonism.
Okay.
And that's
Is
why
that
I
a
don't,
food?
No, it's a religion.
Okay, a religion. Okay, for sure.
I don't think I've ever met a poor Mormon. Okay. By having multiple lives, you make yourself reach a higher standard. I no longer have to provide for one woman. I have to provide for 5. like
But
like the car wife.
Wow.
You know, like you still have to feed her 3 square meals a day. Work like so it's heightening your level, making yourself rise to the occasion. You know, like again, I think that we're just getting to Mormonism at this point.
Yeah, I didn't even really think about that, you know, because like I want to piggyback off what Elijah was saying. You know, when I wake up every single morning, I like to calm the storm. You know, a lot of people like to brainstorm. I like to calm the storm.
Hmm.
You know, I go out every morning, no clothes, and I'm just one with reality. And this way, that kind of it just sets in for me. You know, I get the best start to my day, and you know, I mean, I have a lot of different businesses. It's really hard to explain what I do, but what I do is I make money. And, you know, whether it be taking advantage of like third world countries, stuff like that, we don't have to get into the specifics, but
Hmm.
I just feel like it's really important to like be yourself. And what Houston said about the therapists, I mean, anxiety is a mental stigma. It's not a real thing. Like, let's be honest. If you have anxiety, you're a beta male. 100%.
Absolutely.
Anxiety is a problem created by yourself. You know, people
By your
create,
brain.
yeah, it's created by your brain. 100%. And like I have full control over my brain now, and that's how I've made so much money.
Yeah. No, you mentioned something interesting there too, Chad. You go outside butt naked first thing in the
Mhm.
morning. There's something that I've been on. You hear about like, cold plunge and sauna.
Oh,
And I did that for a while,
Mhm.
Yes.
but like my test levels are already super high, so I don't need to do that.
for sure.
I've been on perineum sunning. Y'all ever heard of that?
No, I don't think I have.
So what I do every morning, I wake up. It has to be a sunny day. If it's
Oh.
rainy, then my day is just shot. But I go outside butt naked as well, and you
Uh-huh.
actually kind of lay it down, kind of like a turtle on its back, like you flip a turtle on its shell.
Mhm.
Legs at the ears. You let the sunlight hit your booty hole, and it
Oh,
Yes.
recharges your body.
The
shit.
devil's driveway is like we
I
really
have
call
so
it.
much energy. I pull 28-hour days. That's
Wow.
more than one day, in case you didn't know.
No,
So,
yeah.
perineum sunning, it's crazy.
So that's another thing is like you're pulling 28-hour days. I break my days up into shifts, you know? Like
Mhm.
I break my days up into 2 12-hour shifts. Like I'm going to maximize the most out of my 24-hour day, you know? Like the
Because
first
if you have one day in 8 hours, then another day in 8 hours, you just had 2 days. In
Yeah,
one
exactly.
Day.
Like I make my one day 2 days. Like, you know, I wake up first thing in the morning. First thing I do, immediately hot plunge, just straight into a bowl of boiling water. Because that really gets myself going, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. And like then, you know, I, spend some time around the house. Like, you know, lots of times I pull up like a YouTube like stock graphic and I kind of just do that. And then I record some videos because I sell this course and like, you know, I got a lot of young kids strung along. I make a lot of passive income from that. You know, the biggest thing to all this is just using words you don't really understand.
We call it a word salad.
Yeah,
got
word salad. Thank you for that.
I got 3 words for you,
Mhm.
and I think you all are gonna be mind blown here. This is my life statement right here.
Mhm.
Courses, cold plunge, cash flow.
Yes.
I've never put the 3 C's together.
But
Yeah.
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Poor people are poor because they choose to be poor.
Oh, it's a
Being
choice.
poor is a state of mind.
It's a state of mind.
There's
When I
so
wake up-
much money out there. How do you not have some?
Yeah, like
Go get it. It's easy. Go get a loan.
yeah.
Buy a meme coin. Rug pull it. Rob
Text
a
one of
family.
your buddies that's a millionaire and say, "Hey, float me 250 grand."
Yeah, I mean,
Boom.
if you can't,
Exactly.
if you're not surrounding yourself with friends who can wire you $250,000, are you really surrounding yourself with the right people?
None.
Exactly. Surround yourself with a circle that has the same goals as you do.
You don't ask somebody making 6 figures how to be a millionaire.
No,
Exactly.
because they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If
Absolutely.
you're a man and making 6 figures, you're a disgrace to society.
Absolutely. You should be executed on
Yeah,
site.
I mean, this is just, I mean, like, the fact that, like, guys, like, get complacent with these lifestyles of, like, oh, I'm going to wake up every day and work my fancy little 9 to 5 and come home to my wife. Like, how do you come home to the same woman every single night? I'm not going to come home and eat the same meal every single night. You know what I'm saying?
And how do you have one home? That's called being poor. I have 7 homes.
Dude,
Spread all around the city. Different bitch in every one of them.
hell yeah.
And Ben, I just want to correct you real quick. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't mean to step in your
I don't like when
now,
I'm corrected, by the way.
You said woman. I know you meant bitch, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I did.
Just wanna make
Sometimes
sure we on the-
whore is another word I use occasionally.
My wife is going to shoot me.
It just depends.
This goes back to Elijah. I really feel like the way you talk about women is there's just a really specific line of work that you're in that you're not telling us, Mr. PIMP. Can you give us a little bit on that?
Yeah, please,
that you've been
please
working on?
do.
'Cause we're talking real estate, we're talking passive income off of young children, but like for you being a pimp, obviously it's pretty lucrative.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't spoil the game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the game that I'm on, like, even y'all, like, I hate to call y'all betas, but like, I don't know. if you
Whoa,
comprehend,
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, real alphas grow hair, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low test, dude.
See this hair? I grew it myself.
Yeah, look at
Hey,
this.
this is a choice.
Oh, that's a choice?
I make the choice to be.
You know what we're not recognizing is Elijah is like the reincarnation of Andrew Tate.
Actually, he really is.
So, and Andrew Tate is like the alphaest of all alphas, so we really should be listening to him.
You're like the white Andrew. You're Andrew Pace.
Well, you know why? And you know what they say? If you get rid of hair,
right
if you get rid of hair, you get more head. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Believe me, if Elijah wanted to grow his hair right now in front of us, he could do it. I've seen it.
It's like a
And then
chia
I
pet,
I
dude.
just did, and then I
Just
buzzed.
chia.
But I'll break the game down for you.
Yeah,
okay?
please do.
So you have to start with just one bench,
Okay.
and then once you get one, like the second one is easy, and then the third one's even easier than that. And the next thing you know, you've got this whole network of women who, very beautiful ladies who work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies?
Ladies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
Getting
how the
sometimes
game
there.
works.
Hey, remember, control, abuse.
Well, honestly, when you're up at this level of like a true man, those words don't even have to be stated. They're just implied. Like when I walk into the room, like people fear me. Like I'm making sure that my presence is exerted. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna walk into the room. Like here, for example, last night I was at a very expensive restaurant. A lot of people probably don't know about Chili's, but I was there, so I walked in a full suit. First thing I do is go straight up to the bar. I say, "What is your most expensive whiskey?" You got to order it because you got to set a precedent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's usually around the time where I stand up on the bar and announce that the alpha male is in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's called alpha male moves.
Well, see,
And then what happened is, same scenario, Chad.
Mhm.
Go to Chili's, announce yourself as the alpha male, give me your most expensive bottle of tequila or whiskey.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, because a real alpha male doesn't know how to handle his drinking issues, and he may or may not have been to AA for a time or two, a real alpha male gets someone to drive him home, because I don't drive myself.
No. Why would you drive yourself?
That's what poor people do in beta males.
Poor people get DUIs. Alpha males.
So y'all have to announce yourself. Like whenever I show up, they announce me. Like I don't have to say anything. I walk in, and it's like my presence is known.
Well, they might be mistaking you for Andrew Tate.
Well, I mean,
Cobra
usually
Tate,
you
yeah.
follow behind me,
And they go ahead and bring the Johnny Walker out because you got to
Yeah.
be sipping Johnny Walker.
I actually had Andrew Tate park my car.
Blue or black label, fellas?
Black label all day. Sorry.
I'm gonna side with Josh on the blue label. I
Well-
often find myself in the war room. I like to study other men. It's not weird. It's not weird because I'm doing it from like an alpha perspective, where I'm like really locked in on like the mannerisms and the actions of every other person but other than myself.
Yeah.
And lots of people would characterize that as hating or being weird, but I'm actually just creating the person I don't want to be. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
take
that's
everything and I say I don't want to be you, and then I become me.
Let me give you guys a power move right here. Okay, so
Mhm.
I've got my office that I have to take a helicopter to every morning.
Mhm.
When I have a meeting before 10 a.m., I schedule my biggest meetings then. Okay, like we talked about, I've got the whiskey stand. I've got Blanton's, Johnny Walker Blue. Guy comes in, hey, can I pour you a drink? If they say no, I act offended. What, you don't want to drink in my office? Sometimes they'll say yes. I pour them a drink. Big old gulp, right? I don't get one for myself. We sit down and I look at them and I say, wow, drinking before 10 a.m., you have a problem.
Yeah.
Instantly destabilizes them and asserts me as the dominant guy in the conversation. I've actually got multiple millions of dollars in loans just by doing that.
And let me guess, their Gam died and they missed work.
Oh, yeah, I'm just big whoop-de-doo.
You're just taking advantage of the system and the weak-minded individuals that society is pushing out into the workforce these days.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, like even saying that, it's so sad that like the word workforce even has to come out of my mouth because like I don't even want to be associated with such a pity thing, you know?
Workforce makes it sound like they're forced to work. Like you said earlier, Houston, you choose to be poor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's all a mindset.
I would never be on the workforce. I am the force. I would
Mhm.
never work for another man.
You're
How can you
forcing
call
people to
yourself a
work.
man? Exactly. How can you call yourself an alpha male if you work for another man?
I mean, dude, don't even get me started. Like working for another man is like the epitome of beta.
Yeah.
Like actually sucking up to somebody. Like imagine like being told what to do. I don't like being told what to do. Look, when I get told what to do, bad things happen. Like, I'm a tough guy. Like, I'm an alpha. So I wouldn't want that,
And you guys mentioned something interesting. Oh, go ahead, Elijah. Sorry.
No, I was just saying that's how you bring out the demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to say, too, we were talking about workforce and the force earlier. Have you guys seen Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, for
So
sure.
we all know how that's like based on a true story and how that's like
Mhm.
period down in lineages. So I have the ability of the force. Another power move, if it's an afternoon meeting when I can't offer the whiskey and pull a switcheroo, I'll actually force someone to piss their pants.
There you go. There you go.
What better way to drive someone to be insecure in a meeting with me and assert myself than making them have some wet pants in front of me?
Well,
And I point it out.
and Star Wars is the perfect alpha male portrayal in the
Darth Vader.
prequels with Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin, yeah.
I mean, Anakin
I don't-
Skywalker is an alpha male. He is the alpha male. Like, look, like when he took Padme and was like that, like I really felt that in my soul, man. I was like, look, I'm gonna embody myself to act this way. And Darth Vader, I mean, that dude is my
Yeah.
idol.
I don't watch other men, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, no, but there's a
You watch
difference. But
Andrew
there's a
Tate
difference between
mindset
watching and
motivational
studying.
videos?
I don't need a man to set an example of how to be an alpha male, but I'm just different. That's just me.
Mm.
That's why I have $1 billion in the bank and 7 different women.
Just $1 billion?
That's sad, dude. Have you considered applying for EBT or anything?
Look, man, I've lost a lot of money in Thailand. The lady boys have really been costing me a lot of money.
Lady boys?
Lady women, sorry.
Is that investment in Thailand you told me about? I thought you said that we were getting something going with like Uber for Taiwanese people, and now that's how you wasted the money?
Something like that. I'm actually being served a cease and desist. I can't really talk about it right now.
I thought that was a crypto coin.
Yes,
No,
it's
we're
called
gonna
Lady
pull
Boy
it up.
coin. Yeah.
What kind of cryptos are you guys in?
Oh,
Golly.
man. Hawk Tua coin. I got at least 10
that's a good
billion
one.
shares.
That's a
in
good
that.
one.
Yeah. Fart coin.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of meme coin.
Yeah. The
Most
baby coin.
recently, I'm in a Block coin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the alcoholic influencer Joshua Block.
Oh yeah. Put
Yeah,
the prize in the bag
I'm
coin.
in Block coin for sure. I'm in a lot of that.
Yeah, I was in Epstein coin for a while.
That's a
It was
good one.
big deal.
Yeah.
I was at his island for a while.
I heard you got to get in.
Same
Got to get in young for that one though. For the Epstein one,
Yeah.
you got to get in
I was
early.
I was too late.
Yeah, you probably didn't make a lot of money with that.
He probably didn't even pay attention to you.
Yeah,
That was a learning opportunity.
I feel like Elijah's really just like studying us because I feel like he's about to like study us and then like when he gets off this live, like he's about to pull like a mythical rug pull or something.
I'm writing a course right now, actually.
You're mentally writing a course.
He's
You
talking to
should
his.
What are you
No,
gonna
I'm actually like writing a course like with the force.
What are you gonna call it?
The 3 big C's.
Hmm.
Courses, cold plunge.
But I am the big C, so wouldn't that be like kind of ripping me off?
I think you're the big P.
Yeah, I mean, you did say Darth Vader was your idol.
You know, as another man, I don't appreciate as another strong independent man. I don't appreciate you not being original because that's the problem with men in society. They look to copy other people.
Mm.
Am I on live with a bunch of beta bitches right now?
That's
Oh,
what
dude.
I mean. I feel like Elijah's actually an imposter. Is he an undercover cop?
I mean, I have trained a lot of cops. How to be better. Alpha cops.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Elijah's the feds right now, bro. Hold on.
Look,
The what?
look.
You're actually feds?
I know Elijah's the feds, and I'll say this: if everybody was an alpha male, we wouldn't need the police
That's so true.
because we all know how to act in a dominating form. Like,
If everyone in society was like us, we'd be all millionaires and we'd be fine. But
yeah,
like
We
that.
still need the poor people. That's how.
yeah.
we
Well, we
Oh, of
gotta
course.
take
we
advantage
get
of
rich
them.
off the poor.
Yeah. Whoa. We're not trying to get rid of them.
Okay.
We still want to capitalize off them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we still want to capitalize off them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's
Drive
gonna
value
rent
for the
our rental
stakeholder.
properties?
What'd you say, Elijah?
I said, who's going to rent our rental properties?
That's true.
I actually
Exactly.
like to rent out my rental properties to people who are renting. I do the triple R.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. In the game, we call that leverage.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Leverage. It's a little bit of French. I picked it up in my time in France. I was doing a Neapolitan box framing cardboard cutout study there. It was really something. That's probably some terminologies you guys aren't familiar with yet because I actually haven't written those words yet.
Mm.
So you guys will learn in my next course.
That was a really long word.
Are you sure those are words?
What is even a word?
They are phrases that carry meaning that you guys will see in my next course. How to become your true alpha. Mm-hmm.
I think the French are just betas.
Yeah, I
I'm not
agree.
gonna lie.
I did not enjoy my time there.
Hey, speak American. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, that's what I was a kid. Look, can you speak USA? And they were like,
Let's take a little trip down memory lane here. World War II. You guys ever heard of it?
Yeah, Undefeated. You heard of it?
Yeah.
Who saved
Guess
your
who had to
asses?
bail out the French?
The Call of Duty
and bail
game?
out the British? Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
It
Americans.
was US of A.
Mhm.
These colors don't run. We had to bail out all the baguettes over in France.
Oh
and
my god.
Don't tread on me, brother.
And
I'm telling you.
this brings me to a good point. It's like, why do we like put these historical figures on a pedestal? Like, did Abraham Lincoln really make $1 billion when he was 30 years old? I don't think so.
No, he wrote like 3 amendments, and that's
Yeah,
it.
like, look, like, what did George Washington was like 5'4". I mean, look, if you're not over 6'3", I can't even take you serious. Like,
Abe Lincoln got hit by the ops.
yeah, dude. Like, how
Couldn't
do you?
protect himself.
How are you so unprepared? Like, dude, I have eyes at every angle, dude. Like, I would never put myself in the situation as a man to be that. You know,
Well, that's what he gets because he was at a play. He was getting entertainment on a Friday night.
Arts.
When it's Friday night over here, I'm locked in, like we're doing now. I'm busy brainstorming. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Like if you're not trying to leverage yourself and grow your brand, that's kind of what you get for going to a play,
dude. And this brings me back to another point because I was watching an Andrew Tate podcast earlier, and you know, he was talking about making fun of these guys who like to go to the movies with girls. You know, so, like, why are you out doing novelty things with your girls? You're gonna enjoy the fruit of my loins, and that's it. You know, that's what you're gonna get from me. You're not gonna get anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like why would you like feel the sweet, tender, firm like hug from your wife, or like why would you have a warm embrace from a woman when you could like embrace your homies, like fellow alpha males? Like,
I much
You can
prefer
transfer that energy,
dude.
kinetic energy between two alpha males. It's so much friction. It makes more money and more sense, and it opens up more of your brain because technically we only use 10% of our brain, but when two alphas get together and they rub together, it causes us to use 50% of our brain.
Yeah,
We're not the problem.
I really like touching other men in that regard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would I kiss my wife when I could kiss another alpha male and get that?
Yeah, but because it's not gay if it's an alpha male. People have to understand that.
Because there's nothing better than a man's touch, making sweet, sweet love.
Because we're all men
understand
and
each
we're all just like bringing it all together as one. You know what I'm saying?
Because who knows how to please a man more than another man?
Exactly.
It's only gay if you cuddle after with eye contact.
Now I'm going to disagree with that because lots of times I do cuddle brainstorm duel sessions.
Okay? So you're like deep eye contact.
We just stare at each other, dude. We just stare.
That's a
Get
form
real
of
close.
It's the alpha stare, like someone said in the comments. It's the true alpha stare.
Hey, Chad, can you give us your best alpha stare?
I can't hold it in no longer.
Dude, that was shit with someone. Dude, when Elijah said my property, talking about your woman, that's what lost it, man.
Dude, that was perfect. We all just all of a sudden just transitioned into that.
Locked in.
And I like how like the views spiked up as soon as we started doing that.
Yeah.
Wait, are they for real or is this a joke?
Yeah,
They're
no,
probably
we
on a
were being
bio
dead
bio
serious,
link
guys.
course right
We
now.
were being dead serious because that was like a segment of our podcast called Alpha Male Talk.
Yeah.
Hope you learned something.
But yeah, let's answer a few questions now in the chat.
Oh man. That was like 15 minutes, wasn't it?
That was actually 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We were on a 25-minute alpha male rant. It was perfectly done. Everyone chimed in and built off each other and used some great words.
I got a pee so bad.
Yeah, so like Josh, we had talked about like taking clips from that and posting it.
Yeah.
So feel free, like if you want to clip one of your, yap sessions there.
Oh, I'll be clipping this for sure and putting it
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I'll be putting. So somebody said, let's see here. How hard is it to maintain character for that long? That's a great question.
I'm not gonna lie, I lost it a couple times.
I think I'm just so used to like saying bullshit all the time that like it's
Yeah.
just like second nature to me.
I would agree. It's like, I don't know, you create a persona.
Yeah.
You like think on the persona because you're thinking of like video ideas and stuff. So
Yeah.
whenever you have like a yap session, it's like, yeah, I can do this for 15 minutes.
Like now I'm thinking that like I want to start like a joke podcast in addition to this where I just do like a satire podcast about like alpha males.
It would do so good because people would inevitably be like, is this real?
Yeah.
And you're like, you'll never know.
Yeah, because people can never really.
You can call it instead of behind the skits, behind the alpha. 'Cause everybody's behind
And maybe
the alpha.
people would actually take our advice.
Maybe so.
Let's see. I didn't. Oh, someone said they thought I was a random guy. They didn't realize it. You're in Chad's live. You're in my live, guys. I'm not a random guy.
Just random guys.
Let's see. Someone said a lot of comments about what we were doing.
Yeah, you probably have to scroll back to find good questions.
Let's see. Or someone said, "Are you all in relationships?" We already touched on that at the start of the podcast. There he is.
Sorry about that. I had to go check on a meme coin real quick.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know how it is. One of my wives walked in and accidentally burnt my coffee.
Did you?
The wall needs to be repaired.
Okay. Cool.
See, I love how things just flow through generations like that. Like your dad threw you through a wall, and you've like got that learned behavior. That's how we pass on heritage right there. That's so beautiful.
My dad is a hero.
Yeah, I mean, you got
that's
to emulate
insane.
what you were taught. Got to emulate what you were taught. Have you
Yeah,
guys
that
ever
alpha
met
stuff is
anybody
so
that
fun.
acts this way in real life? I
Just
have.
on the internet.
I have. I know tons of dudes who act this way in real life.
Really?
Yeah, like these are real people that really believe in this stuff.
You talking about this whole alpha thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
no.
actually at a bar with a couple of my buddies, and I saw an old kid from high school, and I like went to dap him up. I'm like, "How you doing?" And I was like, "It's been too long. We should grab a beer sometime." He's like, "Oh, I'll grab a beer if you want to talk business." I'm like, what do you mean business? And he was like, "Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a financial financial planner." And I was like, "Okay, so what firm are you working at?" He's like, "No, self-employed." He's like, "I'm a financial planner. I'm a carpenter, and like all this different stuff." And then like when he asked me what I do, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm working." He's like, "Oh, working for another man," and I was just like done with it.
Wait, how old is this guy?
Oh, my age, 24.
So because I think what the difference is, because like Houston and Elijah, you guys are like 28, 29, 30, right?
It's kind of a newer thing.
There's a magical age when someone hits 26 and they have to get their own health insurance. All of like, for me, it was at least all the guys that were like gurus and like, yeah, I'm self-employed, immediately just like gave it all up.
Yeah,
and
they
went to work.
buck up and get like a real position.
You're like, okay, like it was fun while it lasted. I can't bum off insurance anymore.
It's always the like 21-year-old guy on YouTube. He's telling you how to live the life he's living when he's like renting the car, or it's his dad's car.
Renting the car for a day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can rent them like in my area for like a couple $100 for the day.
Yeah. Toro or something like that.
Some guy actually gave me an offer. He was like, "Do you want to be a part of like a course video and like ride a Lamborghini?" He was like, "We could go do it and get it set up." I'm like, "I'm not trying to do that."
No, there's a hangar out here in Dallas where you can rent time, not in the air, but in a private jet. Like they'll come through, they'll roll it outside so it looks like you're flying.
Oh, so it's like a prop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that where all the chicks take those pictures at?
Probably.
Oh my God.
It's not super expensive. People have done it.
I imagine not. Yeah, the problem with like social media these days is like everybody like wants so badly to like create this like perfect image of themselves when nobody really lives these lives that they portray.
Mm-mm.
Like
It reminds me of that Lil Dicky song, "Save That Money."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
It's on.
never heard of it.
So it's you know who Lil Dicky is, though, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so he had this whole song, and his whole goal was to make this high production value video with like no budget. So he was going around to like these mansions, knocking on the door. Hey, can I record like at your mansion this this rap music video? And he finally found people that would, and he found people that would lend them his cars and everything, and
Yep.
he made a whole rap video.
The only song I know about him is with him and Chris Brown. Freaky Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah. Little Dicky was in this like TV show that I used to watch.
Yeah, Dave,
Yeah, Dave. Thank you.
Yeah,
the star of the show. I've never watched it, but
It's good.
I do need to watch
Oh,
it.
he's a hooper too. Little Dicky's good at everything.
He's good at freestyling for sure.
He's
I
like
know
the
this.
original Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Like that's how like when I think of little Jack Harlow, I think of Little Dicky.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we covered a lot.
I mean, this was great, man. The alpha male bit was probably the funnest thing.
That was money.
That was money.
Still, dude, call your property, dude. That shit.
That
killed
was
me.
crazy. That was crazy.
All of it. I broke a few times on everybody.
Yeah,
And
but that was like the one
that
where
right
everyone was
there.
like, "Whoa, okay."
That was great.
Yeah, take a bow, guys. Take a bow.
Alpha males, man.
Yeah, but no, for real, this was awesome. I don't know if anyone has any closing regards, but I thought this was a great podcast.
Had a great time.
It was a lot of fun, fellas.
Yeah, I was super glad to have you on, Josh. It's nice
Yeah,
to
it's
make
an
this
honor.
connection.
Yeah, thanks for having me. If you guys ever want me to, would I be? I know I'm the 7th guest. Maybe can I be the first recurring guest?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. I've always wanted to be a recurring guest. Nobody
Yeah.
ever invites me back.
You're totally. I mean, we'll most likely end up inviting you back a few times. Like, you know.
Let's go. Yeah, Elijah gave me like I had a other podcast I don't, but Elijah told me I wasn't allowed to say any slurs. So that usually is like what deters people from other ones. So
For
Yeah.
sure.
we'll keep that. We'll keep 0 still the limit. I won't say anything.
About what?
Slurs.
What are slurs? Oh.
Well, name a few off for us, Josh.
Well,
Give some examples.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I understand. Never mind. Okay, cool.
So okay. Whenever you said slurs, I thought you were talking like cuss words, and I was like, those limits don't exist.
no, the kind that like gets you canceled.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay, yeah. Probably none of those for this podcast.
Yeah.
The other podcast.
Unless it was maybe in the alpha male sector of a
It's
different
not
one.
on TikTok, man.
Yeah, TikTok Live is so soft. But yeah, no,
I
we'll
used to have my
definitely
old
have you on.
podcast, dude. I used to say a lot of crazy. I didn't say that exactly, but I did say a lot of silly stuff. But
But that was then. That was then.
I never said any slurs, but I said a lot of god awful things. But I went live on TikTok like once trying to do it, and they kicked me off immediately.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I could imagine you probably got into some questionable things.
can't handle an alpha male.
That's the closing word. Can't handle an alpha male.
Amen,
Yeah.
brother.
Anybody trying
Amen.
69?
Well, I appreciate you
Okay,
guys. This
numbers.
is a lot of fun as always. Josh, we're definitely gonna have you back on.
For sure, man.
Um,
Absolutely. Let me know. Happy to come back.
Yeah. Make sure you shoot me a
Well-
follow back, man.
Yeah, let me follow you too, Josh.
Make sure you guys shoot all of each other follows back for Josh.
Follows. Yeah, follow backs on the follow backs.
We all need it. We all need it because we're all falling off, guys. We need as
Yeah.
many followers as we can get. Especially Elijah.
And guys, you can catch the podcast on YouTube.
And Spotify.
I haven't
If
uploaded
it's-
the last 3 episodes of Spotify, but I'll make sure to.
Yeah.
This is the one where I'm going to definitely post some short clips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
This is the
I
one.
guess we'll end it on this. Josh, first of all, congratulations on about to have a baby.
Oh, yeah. Congrats on that.
Let us know. Definitely for sure, and we'll have you back once you get through all like the first
Yeah.